Happy made up, feel bad if you don't get your partner something day. Valentine's Day. So we're just going to show you a couple of dishes, 3-4 dishes, on how to sort of impress the one that you love. Instead of going out for dinner, maybe stay at home, save a bit of cash, a bit more romantic, cook somebody a dinner. So we're going to start, our main course is going to be fillet of beef with roasted shallot tart tatin, some buttered spinach and a nice red wine sauce. All the recipes will be on cramble.com. Really, really simple. First job, we need to get these pastry tarts into the oven. Really, really simple. So, I've got some shallots here, some banana shallots, just peeled them, and I'm just going to chop them whole. So you get those rings. And then I've got a pan on the stove, and I'm just going to cook these down really gently. So, splash of oil in the pan, and a couple of knobs of butter. We don't want to cook those right down, we just want to soften them a little bit so we can put them in the tart cases. So when your shallots are when the butters start to bubble a little bit, you want to get some thyme and just pick the leaves off and give us a lovely, lovely flavour. And then stir them in. You see, that's what you want. So you can still see that they're shallot rings. A little twist of salt, crack of black pepper, and we'll just take those off and just leave them to cool a little bit. So now we want to roll our puff pastry out. Just buy a roll of puff pastry, it's much easier. Dust your bench with a little bit of plain flour, and then we just want to roll it out a touch. Not too much though, because we want like a decent sort of pastry tart. And then I've got these tart cases, and just cut round, giving yourself a couple of centimetres. Pastry tarts on a baking tray. Then our shallots in butter, these go into the tart case. Pastry then goes over the top. And then using a spoon, with your fingers, and then use a spoon, just tuck the edges of the pastry round those shallots. I'm going to give that a tiny little splash of oil over the top, and then just rub it in with your fingers. And that goes into the oven at 180 degrees for about 12 minutes, just until that pastry is nice and golden. So the tarts are in the oven, nearly done. So we're going to cook our fillets. We're going to cook them medium rare. So I want to season them up. And plenty of salt. And oil. And then we go into a nice hot pan. We want to get them nice and caramelised, nice and brown. Then we'll go in with some butter and some crushed garlic, just for a bit of extra flavour. And this is dead easy for Valentine's Day. You know, it looks like there's a lot of work gone into it, but it's super easy. So once the steaks are nice and basted, just sit them to one side just to rest up. And leave them in the pan because they're still quite rare, so that residual heat will carry on cooking. So now the tarts are cooking, steaks are resting, I'm just going to cook this baby spinach. So a little bit of butter in the pan, a little bit of olive oil. I've got some spinach that I've washed here, and that just goes straight in. We just want to wilt that. Just keep it moving, you'll see it start to come down. And that's done for me. Then what we want to do is just whack it into a sieve, just to drain any of that excess water off. Tarts are done. We want to turn these over. A little clack of fresh pepper. Tart goes in the middle of the plate. And then spinach in the middle. And then we've got our steak. And I'm just going to serve this with a little bit of red wine sauce. The recipe for that is on cramble.com. Just flood the plate with that because it's really, really delicious. Cook it on Valentine's Day for your loved one. Thanks for watching. I'll put all the recipes on the website.